Hello and happy long weekend. Tuna says happy long weekend. So, I thought I would hop on Instagram and do a little video. Tuna. And do a little video about something that I have been witnessing in the journey of my vocal coaching clients. And something that I've also been working through as a singer and an artist myself. And what's been really coming up lately is limiting beliefs. I guess I would describe limiting beliefs as core beliefs or ideas or programming that we have about ourselves that isn't reflective of our authentic self or our highest self. It's preconceived notions that have been put onto us as we've gone through life and experienced loss or disappointment or heartbreak. And a lot of them really tend to come from childhood. This isn't to say that, your parents are ruining your life or anything, but we all do the best that we can with what we're given. And when we're young, we're so impressionable, and the way that our brains develop, we're still in a very me phase. And so this teaches children that if something goes wrong, it's their fault because they're self-focused, right? Anyways, limiting beliefs, they show up a lot in terms of goal setting and manifestation. So, for example, I'll give you a personal example. A limiting belief that I have is a fear of being seen, which might seem counterintuitive because I'm a performer. I sing in front of hundreds of people all the time. But if you scratch the surface and you go a little bit deeper into that belief, for me, that fear of being seen is because I have childhood programming and societal programming that tells me that I am not worthy of being seen and of sharing what it is that I have to share unless I'm perfect. And of course, perfection is always unattainable because it's everything that I'm not, right? So the conditioning that I received about perfection was I had to be a certain size, and I had to have long hair, and I had to have good hair, which is something that is really prevalent in the Black community. And I had to be a certain weight, and I felt that I wouldn't achieve the same level of success as other people because I was female and because I was a person of color and because I am a LGBTQ community member. And so society tells you all these things, all of the things that make you unique, all of the beautiful parts of you, the gifts that God gave you, the reasons that you were incarnated onto this planet at this time to share that special part of you. Society will tell you that that is shit and that is what makes you not worthy. And so when we internalize these limiting beliefs, they get really wired into our subconscious. They become the neural pathways that our brain travels over and over and over and over and over and over and over until it's subconscious. And so when we are trying to achieve the things that we dream about, it is this huge blockage, this huge barrier, because deep down, we don't believe in our dream and we don't believe in ourselves as much as we believe in those limiting beliefs. It is so hard to step into your worth. It's so hard to share your ideas. It's so hard to be open-hearted when you're trapped in all of these limiting beliefs. Another example of a limiting belief for me is my glasses. I always thought that if I'm wearing my glasses, I'm not attractive. And I can think of maybe one singer in the 90s who was successful and wore glasses. I felt like it had something to do with my beauty, and if I wasn't matching a certain standard of beauty, I wasn't going to be successful. So over the course of my life, these limiting beliefs have really held me back. And I can't say that I've completely overcome them, but I have been working through doing a lot of shadow work and inner child work and working through different protocols to help address limiting beliefs on my own, because I really believe as a coach that, and not only as a coach, I would say this is a teaching that I actually received as well in ceremony from an elder. You can't help people with things that you haven't experienced yourself. It's not effective, for example, to have an addictions counselor who knows nothing about addiction. They've never had a loved one with addiction. They've never dealt with addiction themselves. They'll never fully understand what that experience is like. And that's also why a lot of people are drawn to helping professions, because they've been through a similar experience and they needed that help and they've been on their healing journey. It's the whole archetype of the wounded healer. But anyways, limiting beliefs. It's been coming up a lot with my students, and I'm starting to work through it myself. And so this is what I've come to understand now. One of the most important things you can do is set small daily challenges for yourself, or weekly, I guess, where you are pushing through that fear, where you have identified and are addressing those limiting beliefs and you are confronting them. So for example, if your limiting belief is that you're afraid to be seen, then my challenge to you, my advice to you is start to put yourself out there online more. Everything is going online now, and while we're in this quarantine, it's such a perfect opportunity for you to share who you are in the comfort of your own home. Wow, a huge storm just rolled in. Whew. I don't know about you guys, but between the full moon and this huge storm and like everything happening in Aquarius, there's some really magnetic energy happening tonight. Tonight is like vibrating. But anyways, I challenge you to, meditate and journal. If you're interested in working with me, I actually have a guided meditation practice that I give to my vocal coaching clients about finding your authentic self and confronting limiting beliefs. But yeah, think of one way you can confront a limiting belief, a fear, a core belief about low self-worth that doesn't reflect your highest self and doesn't reflect the vision of who you see yourself being, right? There's a space between where you want to be and where you are now. And to get to where you want to be, you have to make all these different changes that you aren't doing. And the reason you're not doing them is because, again, of those limiting beliefs. So be brutally honest with yourself. Where are you holding yourself back? Where are you sabotaging you? Where are you getting in the way of your own creativity, your own expression, your own joy, your own connection? It's not always the man. It's not always about feeling victimized or being victimized, although many of us have actually genuinely been victimized. Sometimes we do it to ourselves. So that's my talk for tonight. I wish you an abundant full moon. Set your intentions for your manifestations. Take stock of how things have been over the last lunar cycle. And if you're interested, I have a really fun quiz on my website about which spiritual singing practice would be right for you. It's got like crystals and gems and cool shit like all over it. So yeah, you might want to check that out. I'm going to watch this storm now. Take care, everyone.